Hello, my name is Don and welcome to episode 23 of Motorsport Manager on my channel with ZRT Autosport. Maya's now happy that she's got her chat promise fulfilled basically. Our design centre just got built just today. Our new suspension, which we already had the best in the league, we now have an even better one, got built a couple of days ago. I didn't bring you back to build anything because, to be honest, I can't build anything. Like, this would be our best gearbox, I think. I think every way we do it goes to 355, 306, 355. Our best gearbox currently goes to 355 with no risk, so I think that one, indeed it is. Brakes, I think, was it this that was our best? So that would be for next season. But I don't know where we're going to be next season, if that's going to be worthwhile doing. There isn't any spec parts voted for the above one, so it's just still the spec engines, which doesn't change from our current spec engine. And suspension, I think what we just did was that one, and that one. It was exactly that. Again, that's only slightly better, so we cannot, unless maybe this one's okay. So we could do that one for next season. But again, I don't know how that'll work with going up to the next level anyway, so I'm not really sure on what to invest. I've never been promoted in this game, so I don't know what to invest really. Because obviously my personal save I started at the top and never got relegated, so I'm not really sure on where to go from here. We also have a sponsor slot. Now this could be a fairly decent one to take. 1.4 million for second or above. 4 times the United States, which we don't have, but only 200,000 up front, or we could go for first place with 1.2 million. I think we'll just take the million because we're still getting 900,000 for finishing 4th anyway. Okay, that only lasts another race, I should have checked that, but that's bringing us in a lot of money just now anyway. So I guess what we do is we just invest in the HQ, because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 races this season left. We're earning about 2 million a race right now, 2.7 million a race, and we've got not a whole lot that we can do with the car. I mean, we could improve Maya's car up to the standard of Kumar's. Was there a way of doing another set of brakes that wouldn't cost us too much? No, that's during race only. So that's what we've got. During qualifying it's pointless. And then you've got the risk levels, so I guess we could build another set of these just in the off chance that our other brakes get caught. The other option is, what's the other risky part that we're using right now, is this. So let's get another gearbox built like that. That would make sense. So we'll do that. So that was that, and that, if I remember correctly. Yes, it was. It'll be done 3 days after the next race, but it's better than the risk gearbox, and it would remove that risk, so we don't have the brakes to worry about. It does cost 1.2 million, but we've got plenty of money. But I think we have to invest in the HQ as well. So let's see what we can do. We can build a lot of stuff because we've now got the design centre. So we could build the staff centre, which improves driver fitness improvement rate, driver focus improvement rate, and improves staff stats at a higher level. Could build the helipad. Does that cost to have per week? No. I guess this one would make sense, even though we're not anywhere near 5-star sponsors. There could be a time where we are. So that's fairly cheap. So let's get that built. It will take 6 weeks. Cost per race of 8,000. Okay. So maybe it isn't quite worth it right now, but that's that done, and then we don't need to worry about that. When a time becomes available where we are in a team position to get to 5-star sponsors, everything is done. Elsewhere, is there anything else we could really build? A telemetry centre would give us better gearboxes, which we've struggled upgrading. That would give us better rear wings, which is spec, so we don't want that. Forecasting centre 6 million. I've been saying for a while I want a forecasting centre so I can make better decisions. So this would take us quite a bit of weight into debt though. But we're making so much money it would only take us about 2 races to clear that, and it would get this rolling. So new buildings wise, let's have a look. Anything else that we could really build? That's under construction. We could build a tour centre which unlocks 80,000 per race. That's 1.5 million. Tell you what, let's get the tour centre built, because again that's cheap, it doesn't take us into debt. And then after the next race we'll get the forecasting centre built, because this unlocks us money which will pay for the helipad per race. I think it's 80,000 per race it said it made. Yeah, 80,000 per race it makes. The helipad costs, that costs a bit of money to have now. The helipad costs 8,000 per race, so that pays for that. And this costs per race, so we're reducing what basically our factory is costing by building that. Even though it costs 1.5 million to do. Then we will build the forecasting centre, because that's the next thing that I want to get. I think it's worth it having it more than, say, the telemetry centre, particularly when we're making as much money. We could maybe even get both. So yeah, we'll do that. And we've got a vote coming up as well, so I'll just skip ahead to that. I'm not expecting it to stop before there, here and there. So our political vote is to vote for points for the top 5. Again, I've got 6 votes here. I'm just going to abstain this. I'd much rather have all our votes going on stuff that benefit us, completely benefit us, like top 5. Maybe it does benefit us a little bit, but with reverse grids, it maybe doesn't, because if we are starting at the back, because we're a good team, we can't get through the grids and then we're missing out on points. So I see an argument for both sides of this, and Ernie's gone for on the split vote. So next season it will be the same point system as the division above. They have qualifying though, so it makes a bit more sense for the top teams at least. Right, well, I'm going to skip ahead to the race now. We've now got a helipad building and a tour centre building. So headquarters is coming along nicely. We've still got 100k. We've got a gearbox building. So positive steps this episode. Welcome back. We're just going into the race now. I'm going to show you everything pretty much here. We've got a couple of upgrades coming. It is our 2 suspensions are both now selected. This was obviously purple previously. And we've now got this one, which is even better. So we should, in theory, have the best suspension in the series. We do. Because we've now put it on the car, it's now gave us it. We're now content with Maya. She is 3% and -2, so +1 overall, and she is +14 overall for her morale for our car. We've also got the new gearbox coming for Maya as well, so hopefully that'll put her up a little bit. Might make Valberga a little bit unhappy that she's looking and she's like, why have I got an equal car? So we're going to the Ardennes. I've got my setup from last season loaded up. It was a 95% setup. I think I just used the one that I used on my charity save, but obviously there's only one Ardennes track. So it worked, so I don't see any reason why not to use it. It's a fairly decent setup. It got us 95% last year, so I can't complain too much. And we'll just skip the practice as usual. We'll go with Marique. So it was 15.7, 25.7, which is right on the edge. 20.4 psi and 3.2. 94 gear ratios and 75% stiffness. Tyre choice, we will go for the super softs. We'll do the same here, so 15.7, 25.7, 20.4, -3.2, 94, and 75. Okay, and hopefully we can get super softs as a bonus, but I just don't want to do practice, so instant result it. I'll probably do this with qualifying as well, because I absolutely hate the qualifying minigame. It's not that I don't like the idea of it, I just don't like it. Valberga obviously coming just off Stramby. The Ozo's just looking maybe slightly quicker here, but marginally. And we've got a wet race. Okay, that's interesting. So let's see how the setup went. So knowledge, race trim and refueling because it's not gave us soft tyres, and race trim and risk taker. So engine mode. So we got 97%, so 90. Doesn't really change much. We will have to switch to wets I think soon, but I'm just going to fuel up for a full inter stint right now. I'll actually fuel slightly less just so we can attack. I'd rather attack the tyres and have an extra stop. Plus it's a 22 lap race which we can't do anyway, so I'm just going to do that. It only worked out as a 91% on Maya's car, so well. We're going to go attack and overtake on both drivers because we're just wanting to burn through these tyres, see how far we go. I might be overfueled for this stint, but I can't see past. It looks like it might go to wets, but that looked like just before crossover, so where do we start? Valberga will obviously be last. Maya is now in 11th, which is her highest ever start for us, I think. Hopefully she can get a good start, but it means she can't do the sort of way that she has in previous races and just drive off into the sunset. She's actually losing places right now. She's struggling in this little pack. Valberga making moves though up into 18th. And fighting to go to 17th and makes that move stick. Maya struggling a little bit. Valberga already up behind her. So a good start from Valberga. Maya needs to do a little bit better. Yeah, I'm almost certain we're going to go to wets soon, so looks like it might stay at crossover range actually, so I don't know if it'll be worth the pit stop. Valberga's locked up though. Maya back up into 8th, which is good. Kumar back down to 16th, 15th even. So she went back a little bit, getting stuck with this little group here. Hopefully she can make a move down the straight. Just about, not quite, but she gets it done now, that's good. We're going to bring the tyre temperatures back down a little bit. Yeah, so we're not going to come in for wets there. Maya up into 4th. That's good news. So we've got Valberga just behind one of the Ozus and just overtaking that now. So they're all coming into pit, which is interesting. So they're all going to wets. We're going to stay on inters because I think that's going to be just about crossover stage. Okay, well, tell you what, let's split the difference. So it's actually going to soak, so we'll need to come in for wets. So this is going to be a super short stint on the wets. Kumar, pit, yes. You pit, yes. Don't need any fuel because we overfueled. So it will be a wet stint here, just about. Hopefully we've got enough gap to get both in. Attack and attack. There's a 9-second gap between them, so should be more than enough time. In fact, actually, Maya, you've got fast pit stops, don't you? Yes, you do. So there's no point in us doing a balanced pit stop with Maya when we can do a fast, which is 2 seconds faster at the same risk. And that means there's definitely less risk of Kumar getting caught. Looks like we've actually gained a place with Maya there as well, and we've gained with Kumar, so I think we timed it better than the AI to switch. We're going to stay on this attack mode. And hopefully gain another few positions. Maya fighting for second in this race. So we've got both cars ahead of both Ozus. Who's Zampelli's drivers? Just let me check. Zampelli's the other team that we're competing with. Is it Lucatelli? Maybe. That would be Ingoldu and Mori. So, in fact, both our drivers are ahead of both of those cars. So, right now we are ahead in the constructors. Maya getting stuck behind Liao, unfortunately, can't get past him. Actually going to bring the tyre temperatures down just a little bit, or try to anyway. Kumar up into 6th, still about 9 seconds behind Maya, but that's fine. And she get a good run at Tyler here. She's battling, and she is now ahead of the Ozu, so this is very good for our constructor situation, ahead of both Ozus. Maya up into 2nd as well, and Rain's starting to slow down just a little bit. It's not quite switch over period, it will be at the end of this lap though, so enters, don't know how long this is going to last, to about lap 11, so put 1 extra lap of fuel in, fast pit stop 4 seconds, that's fine. Don't you worry about your fuel level. Enters 1 extra lap of fuel, in fact we'll go for an extra couple just to make sure, but pretty sure we'll get to the end, and I'll go for balanced here on you, and for that reason I just want to make sure I definitely switch the tyres here on Maya, and I'm going to put in that extra couple of laps of fuel on her car as well, just to make sure, but she can go fast pit stop, so we're in 2 seconds to her pit stop. Hopefully we have got timed this correctly. Might be just slightly early, but I can't see it. It's quite a long track, so I can't see us getting another full lap out of wet tyre racing, basically. Well, we've held each other up, so that's not good. It maybe is just coming back just about crossover period, so hopefully we are much faster on this bit of stint. AI did come in as well, and we're now 8th and 9th. Everyone behind us is pitted, so that's positive news to see. And let's just burn these tyres out, because there's no point in not burning them out. We should now be much faster than the cars in front on inters, so we should have done an undercut very well here. They're all pitting. Maya will come out in 1st. Kumar up to 3rd. So it worked out very nicely for us. It's just John Sadar that's splitting our cars, and Kumar can hopefully make light work of him. We did overfuel our car a little bit, it seems, but because it does look like it's definitely going to go to dries fairly quickly, but that's fine. I didn't want to take a risk when we couldn't see that much further into the future, which is why I'm wanting to build that forecasting centre. Are we going to go 1-2 here? We are 1-2. Which is great news for us. We've got that strategy called just right on both the tyre switches. AI maybe went a lap late for the wet, a lap early, sorry, for the wets, and probably a lap too late to switch back to inters just because of the way the track was drying out. This is now crossover period again, so we're going to go to softs, which can now get to the end of the race and just fill up for 12 laps of fuel, which will give us enough to burn. Balance pit stop for Kumar. Maya, can you actually get to the end of the race on these? Yes, you can, just about. So again, 12 laps worth of fuel. Park conditioning should be fine on her car as well, and we'll switch you to fast. You've got a 6-second gap to Kumar, so I'm going to actually bring Kumar down to medium just to try and build that gap just a little bit. While Maya's still attacking, just so Kumar doesn't get caught too much, but should hopefully still gain from Jean Sadar. So we've managed to add another second or so onto that gap. Going to go high medium. She's still stacking though. Hopefully we're far enough in front. She's not been. The stack's cost Kumar. The stack has cost Kumar big dear here. But it's John Sadar that's ahead, so she'll hopefully be able to just make light work and get past again. He's 9 seconds, sorry, she's 9 seconds behind Maya, who is in the lead of this race for what would be our first race win. We're going to go attacking and medium on the fuel and tyres. Well, sorry, neutral and high, as it should be. tyre window is looking good here, but the track temperature is really cool, so we could probably might have to push for part of this stint, which I don't really want to do. Is Jean Sadar actually gaining away from Kumar on slower tyres? So yeah, so we're going to try and just push a little bit with Kumar, get that tyre temperature up just a little. He's actually gaining on Maya as well, so they're doing very well in the wet, in the dries. Obviously they must have picked soft tyre for their bonuses, and it's making a difference. Unfortunately, it's making more than a difference of our car being better than the Predator, but Maya is now starting to gain on Jean Sadar, and Kumar is now right behind him, so job done. Neutral. With the track temperature so low, it's difficult keeping the temperature in these tyres on neutral. That's very worrying for me. I can actually just go and switch that other little bit off with my setup from last year. Oh, do we push with Maya for a little bit? I don't really want to. Just want to make sure we can get to the end of this race, to be honest. Even if it is 1-2. Well, in any way, I don't mind 1-2, but any way that it's 1-2, I just want to get to the end of the race, which will be great points for our constructors' hopes. Good to get the. I think suspension was actually a crucial part for this race, so to have the two best suspensions in the race as our upgrades, or in the series for our upgrades here, was absolutely massive for us. Going to conserve just a little bit with Maya. In fact, I'm going to conserve just a little bit with both cars just for a lap, just to make sure we can get to the end here. Particularly when Kumar had to push to get past Jean Sadar. And it looks like both our rivals haven't had the best of races. Tyler in 9th, Strambe in 9th, Tyler in 4th for Ozu, so they're picking up some points, while it's 5th, and we're going to have to put you down on a medium fuel here, just to make sure you make the end without having to have an engine pit stop, because I want this 1-2. We're going to go back to medium and medium there. Maya can keep pushing on her engine, so that's fine. Kumar was starting to just bring it in there as well, but in fact I'm actually going to go low. I want to make sure my Wahlberger makes the end of this race. It is only 2 laps, but remember that race in Munich when Valdez blew up, and it was just pushing him, just trying to get him to that next pit stop. She's still pulling away from Jean Sadar, so that's good. Very good result from Predator there. If Jean Sadar manages to hold on to that, but it looks like she's got a decent gap to Tyler, so very positive. Kumar is Lattinen, is just going over the line. 2 laps to go. In fact, with her engine, her suspension isn't the best, so I'm just going to let that run. Going to put her both onto push, just keep the tyre temperatures just a little bit. Hopefully that's enough to just see us through, and hopefully we've got enough tyres left. Looks like we will have. At least we should have on both cars. 6-second gap between both cars, so that's good. 9 seconds back to Jean Sadar, so we've got some leeway for tyres going off for this 1-2. Maya, I will switch to see her going over the line. She is coming up to lap Tang, who, if I remember correctly, she struggled getting past a couple of races ago. But as she laps him, she will come over the line for her first win. Kumar comes over the line for her 2nd place again. A 1-2 for ZRT here at the Ardennes. Tyler in 4th, Strambe in 7th, so a better result for Ozu, Mori and Ingoldu in 5th and 12th respectively, the teams around us. So obviously with 1-2 we gained a lot of points on them. We will now be the championship leaders. Even if they've got a fastest lap, I don't know who got the fastest lap. But even as championship leaders now, we just need to be competing at the front end and just doing enough to see us off. We've got all our strategy calls right for our switchovers, and it paid off. Do not find anything. This would be a disaster, this. if you find something here. They found nothing. That's good. Good GMA. So 29 points racked up. Sorry, 39 points. Eda Jean Sadar got a fastest lap and a Predator. Well done, Jean Sadar, I guess. Oh, the two teams that started this game off as the worst two teams in the game round off the podium. 1, 2, 3. Valberga extends our lead at the top to 13 points. Maya up to 7th. And we now have a 7-point gap at the top of the constructors. So very, very good race this one for us. Very happy with that race, as you would expect. Looks like our markability's maybe gone up just a little bit as well. New personality trait, morale, plus 15. So she's got so many personality traits right now. Mechanic relationship going down here with Valberga, which I'm a bit confused about. Yeah, it was plus 1 on markability, so that's good. And we're up to 2.7 million in the kitty again. So, let's see. 2.7 million. Can we afford our forecasting centre? Yes, we can. It will take us into debt, but we can afford it. And it takes us into debt to 2.9 million, so it's only going to take us 2 races to clear, and we can probably start building something else as well. So that's good news. And I'm just going to say we clearly perfected the strategy. I think that's correct. Valberga's entitled to enjoy it. Sort out her morale just up to 100%. Maya's got all these bonuses, and we'll look at Ollie Clark-Smith, who I think's a driver at Thornton. Yes, he is, so we're not going to get him, but I'm just scouting absolutely everyone now, just to get them really scouted and out of the way. We've still got all that to do. Might be worthwhile updating our scouting system next, actually, rather than building a new building, just to get the next set of drivers. Particularly if we're going to move up. While Maya's done a good job for us and as a pay driver, I don't think she will be capable of moving up. And Marique, I know definitely won't have the ability to move up. Even as a reserve driver, I'll be looking for someone else, even though the pay amount goes up for what they pay you in the next tier to about $500,000. So we've got the best suspension. Now I suspected that was critical there. No, it wasn't. It's crucial at the next track though, and the next one. So it's critical at the next two, the Gulford and Tondela, so hopefully we can get some good results there. Upgrade wise, obviously we can't do anything else. I sort of showed you that. We'll actually just skip forward just so that gearbox is done, because it was 3 hours away. So that's a new gearbox done. But our gearbox that we can do, the best one we can do is that. Even if you do the risk level ones, it won't go above that under any way I've tried. So these are our 2 gearboxes for next season. Brakes, I think we can get a small performance boost with that. I'm not going to do it just yet. I'll wait until nearer the end of the season. And with suspension, we already have the best in the league. So that's 433, 418, 433. So again, I think 433 isn't as good as our current best one can go to. Maybe slightly better. So it might be worthwhile building that towards the end of the season. And taking that forward for next year, should we go up. Having 2 good suspensions would be an improvement, but we can't do anything with our brakes. Our brakes are locked at where they are. Sadly, they're only the 3rd best. To improve brakes, it's a R&D facility which costs 8 million, which we can't afford. We could afford it, but even by the time it builds 14 weeks, is it going to be worth it? I don't know. Might be for next season and future, but I think there's other things that take priority over this R&D facility. Although that said, we're getting a nice foundation built here with all this money coming in that we have. We've still got 5 races left, so we've still got about 10 million to bring in. 2.7 of that will obviously clear the debt, and I'm actually going to set the budget for next year's car to high, because there's no real point in having it on medium right now. Let's just upgrade that. It won't be the full 10 million, it'll be a bit less, it'll be like 8.5 or something like that, but it's still an extra few million for next year. I will end this episode here, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will hopefully catch you all next time.